All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Am I coming through clearly, Pesky? I know you're sound checking for me. I'm trying to connect Katie, and we're having trouble. We're having trouble connecting Katie. Hey, BFP, what up? What up? Oh, there we go. We're connected. That's right, everybody. Oh shit, that is loud as hell. I am so sorry. Turn that down. That's right, everybody. We are in person. Podcast in person. Alright, sounds good. Thank you, Pesky. We're here. Now this is your Minnesota beer.
And this is your Tennessee beer.
Oh, thank you.
From the lake of Minnesota.
Oh, to the hills of Tennessee. We keep mixing it up. People are never going to know who from who.
We got the beers.
We switched it last time. I think people are going to start wondering.
I know, I shouldn't have switched it last time.
So I got the, State Park Blonde Ale? Okay.
Yep, from Tennessee Brew Works. And I got Minnesota Gold Lager. Classic.
Should we do the open?
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
See, we did it virtually last time, and I couldn't hear yours.
Yeah, it did not work. Oh, you put a Christmas card in the Pets channel? That's awesome.
Oh, I want to see it.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
That
awesome. Looks like Lil Sebastian.
Yeah, it does actually. It does. That's awesome. Here, should I show that, I suppose?
Yeah, show it.
Hold on, I gotta... Oh, not that screen. Let's go to...
Don't look at that. Just kidding.
There. Oh.
There it is. That's cute.
I love that. I love that.
That's adorable.
So, we don't have a specific topic today. It's just kind of general. How were the holidays? So you drove here from Tennessee.
I did. We drove up last Tuesday.
Yep.
Is it good?
It's good.
Okay. He hadn't tasted it yet.
That was my first
live reaction.
That was the live reaction of my first.
I love that beer.
It's good. It's very good. Yeah. Oh, I like the little on the back. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there's like a little guitar pick with info on it. That's pretty cool. Anyway.
Kind of fun. I used to play music there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We'll have to go there next time I'm there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then they got a new person.
Oh.
He spilled his beer. Party foul.
Party foul.
We're like 2 minutes in.
I was too enamored with the can.
Oh, look at the can.
Oh
well. Oh, BFP had a drinking party for Christmas with the in-laws. That does sound like a good time.
That is a good time.
Sounds awesome. Yeah. What are you looking at now?
I've seen how much alcohol is in it.
Well, based on how you're acting, 50%.
Mine wins though. This has 4.5. Mine has 4.9 that I gave you.
Oh, jeez. So that brings up a funny
yours
story.
Is twice
actually,
as tall, too.
It is.
Anyway,
but you can have a second one of those if that makes you feel better.
Okay, yeah, probably.
While we're talking about Christmas stuff and filling beers and alcohol percentages, we came into town Tuesday, drove up, took probably 15 hours. Because the last 3 hours were in the start of the snowstorm. We were trying to beat it. If we had stayed overnight somewhere, then the snow would have really hit. We wouldn't have been able to go.
Sure. That makes sense.
But we came into town the night before Christmas Eve, as some might say. And we had like a little friends get together with my fiance's friend group. And one of the friends whose house we were staying at, he lives with his brother. His brother's great. Hilarious guy. I've never drank with him before.
Okay.
And he got White Claw Surge. It's 8% instead of the usual 4.5. And this man just kept telling us, it's like 2 White Claw. I went to take one sip. He's like, be careful. It's like 2 White Claws.
I've never heard of that before. I know they do like Mike's Harder.
It's like that. It's very much like Mike's Harder. But he just kept telling us that. And then as the night went on, he just kept pouring his drink into our drinks. And like, out of nowhere, I've got my glass of champagne, he just pours his White Claw Surge in it. Just laughing his head off. I got my bottle of water, and he pours his White Claw Surge in it. And I was like, what are you... He gets up the next day, he's like, did I drink all these? And I was like, well, kind of, but also, we drank some without our consent.
So you told me this story the other day, and I have to tell you, the first time you told me, when you said White Claw Surge, for some reason, in my head, I was picturing that, I want to say it's the 90s soda.
Not
Surge,
that Surge.
And I thought maybe he was mixing Surge and White Claw. That's what I heard in my head, and I was like, okay, that doesn't sound great.
Funny. No.
I understand now that it's White Claw.
No, it's White Claw Surge. Move forward. You're hiding behind the bookcase.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
I was listening intently.
I know,
I'm not
you
looking
really
at
were.
myself.
So BFP says it was miserable. Put all the animals in the barn and had to be outside giving them hay and water. Oh no, that sounds
yikes.
horrible.
That's no good.
At least they're cute.
He also asked if we're celebrating New Year's together this year. We are.
We are.
Yep.
You're hosting.
We are going to my favorite. You're gonna go, and I'm hopefully gonna be able to go as well. My
I
favorite.
thought you were gonna say we're going to my favorite bar in your basement.
Yeah, that's true too. No, my favorite cocktail lounge that's nearby,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll come here and bring in the new year here.
I meant to tell you, if you want help getting ready or cleaning or anything, I can come over and then we can go get
Appreciate
drinks.
that. No, we're doing pretty good on.
Yeah, it'll be a little
We have
small little hang.
I don't think I've shown it on stream ever, but we have like a full bar downstairs that we can use for parties like that. I haven't used it in probably over a year.
I know. I feel like you put it together when I come to town and ask you.
Basically, yeah. I've been fully cleaning it today because it hasn't been touched in like over a year. It's got like a thick layer of dust on everything.
I went down there and I peeked at it and I was like, it looks so beautiful.
I know. I know.
It's so good.
I'll post some pictures on the Discord.
Yeah, next episode from the bar. That's a good idea.
I thought about doing that today, but it involved me trying to figure out how to move my setup from here to the basement.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I will do that eventually. I think what I'd have to do is just use Pesky's laptop because that's how she streams.
Yeah.
So if I do that, it shouldn't be too hard. But and she has the same mic as we do. So.
I know I didn't bring my mic to town, so
That's all right.
so we're sharing
we got 2
today.
Of them here, so we'll be all right.
That's true. Dad's got a mic at home too. I don't think it's the same one. But...
Well, it's got a really nice interview mode that we could have used if we're like sitting at a table
Yes.
across from each other, which would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
But getting multiple webcams into OBS can be kind of a fun challenge sometimes. Like if we were to try to point a camera at each of us.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to deal with all that. Maybe next week if we do an episode. But
yeah, that sounds good.
But yeah, episode from the bar would be fun, for sure.
Oh, Dad says he has the same one as us. I didn't know that.
The same laptop? Oh yeah, Pesky's laptop is the same as
Oh, I
yours
thought he
and
meant
Dad's.
Mike. I didn't know he meant laptop. Yeah, I didn't know she had the same laptop as me.
It's true. And she
Good old
streams from it,
Lenovo.
so we could do that.
Jeez, she's getting a lot of power out of that thing.
That's what everybody
barely
said.
keep it alive.
The biggest reason she's able to stream as well as she is that she uses the Switch through the laptop, so it's not like the laptop's doing all the
Power
game power.
it, yeah.
So that helps a lot.
That is nice.
For sure.
She did a little interview recently.
She did. She was on Gala's. I think it's Gala Vibes. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's Gala something. Anyway, on their podcast. So that was
awesome.
cool. Yep. I got to see that live. I haven't listened to the recorded version yet, but I did get to listen to it live.
I was watching it live.
Yeah. Yep.
So
We'll have to start interviewing people on our podcast.
that sounds dangerous.
I thought
but
maybe we
dangerous.
could do a significant others interview.
Yep.
While you're in town, but it might be easier if we're in our own places.
And then
because that's
they're
a lot
each
of
in the
people to
camera.
fit in one.
Yeah.
street.
You know what we should do is do a interview of my 2 friends who are going on their first date this weekend.
There you go. That would be embarrassing.
How is your first date weekend going? Is it going well? Do you guys like each other?
Maybe we'll make that a YouTube video that we'll create throughout the night, and we'll like, in fact, TikTok. Follow me on TikTok, socials. I think I set up a socials thing. I'll post on TikTok one of those. I think so and so is gonna be the most drunk, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We'll probably do all sorts of drinking.
No pressure.
Yeah. Katie's a little excited that
I'm trying to calm down.
her friend from Nashville is becoming close with one of Cody's friends, your fiance's friend.
Yes.
Here.
And we're just seeing what happens.
They're just excited.
No pressure.
Not at all.
Well, we will interview them.
Yeah, probably. It would be fun to go live during New Year's, but I feel like that'd just be chaotic.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I feel like if we leave it as an option, we're gonna wait till we drink too much, and then we shouldn't go live.
Well, and you can go live from the phone. I've done that a couple times, so I mean, we could do something like that too. Usually, what works better going live from the phone, I found, is Instagram is way more audio
from the
friendly
phone
and stuff like that. So if I am gonna go live during New Year's, it'll probably be there. So follow my Instagram.
Socials. Find all the socials.
My socials
there.
are all there. So
interview right outside. I know what cafe they're going to now. He told me.
Oh.
That was his
probably
mistake.
shouldn't say it here, but yeah.
I probably should not. I'll be waiting outside. So how'd it go?
yeah. Well, that's like when I was in elementary school, it must have been, or maybe junior high, sounds more likely. When I went on my first date with my first girlfriend, you and Mom were at the Chinese restaurant.
Oh my gosh,
at the
that's
same time,
right.
If you remember that?
We were.
Yep. I
wanted Chinese food.
I won't call her out right now, but I remember very well. But yeah, very, very funny.
Oh, Lord.
Like they do for The Bachelor, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
interview them, ask them how the date went, you know?
Yep.
We can film them on their date like they do on The Bachelor. But on The
There you
Bachelor,
go.
they're not actually allowed to eat the food.
Oh, is that a thing? Like,
That's what I read. Because they never
behind
eat
the-
on the dates. The food just sits there.
sure.
And I read that.
I imagine there'd be an audio nightmare. Probably.
Yeah. I saw one date where a man ate the food and it's on like the 20 millionth season. And he's like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna
Nobody wants to hear. So I was here to.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't that for Homecoming too?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we also did that.
Yeah, I think you guys. Yep. That's.
We've done it more than once.
That's that's a story. Pesky and I's first date. Excuse me. Like that'd be 14 years ago. Is the math right on that? I think it was 14 years ago.
Jeez.
It was 2008.
That's
Pesky and I's
important.
first date was 2008. Is that right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So then, sorry, I got something in my throat.
He's getting emotional.
Yeah. Anyway, it was homecoming, and she was too young to go to homecoming, so she took a friend of mine's school ID
That's right.
who looked like her and snuck in and got away with it. So
It's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing her at Osseo Junior. Oh, I shouldn't say our schools. We're on the internet. Mom told me not to reveal personal details about myself.
Osseo, Wisconsin.
Osseo, Wisconsin. Anyway, seeing her at our junior high not long after that, and it was not. That wasn't long after. It was like after you guys started dating.
Right.
And I passed her, and I was like. Like awkward. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Pesky and I only went to the same school for like 1 year, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And I don't think we were even dating during that 1 year.
Yeah.
Like that was the year we
Yeah,
broke
that's
up.
true,
Or whatever,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure, so did not work out well.
Oh yeah, they checked IDs at the door pretty strictly after that, and also they had their tape measures ready for the girls' skirts.
Mm-hmm.
Feels weird.
It got really
It was
locked
really
down
weird.
after that. There's no
Mhm.
way we would have gotten away with that after the year we did it.
No, yeah.
But
That's so
somehow
funny.
they just didn't care. I don't know. I don't know what we would have done if she didn't get it. We didn't have a backup plan. We just went
Just
with
go
it.
somewhere else, I guess, and hang out. Go to
These-
Perkins.
These
That's
days,
what
if
we
we
did.
tried something like that, I'd have a panic attack. But back then, I really didn't care for some reason.
Yeah. What happened to you?
I don't know
Are you
what
okay?
happened to me. Yeah,
You okay?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to
This
me.
is not a therapist podcast.
Yeah, right.
But it can be if you need it to be. Never had rules for skirt. Oh yeah, they were very strict on the skirt rules. You had to put your fingertips down. Actually, that was at school. Dances, I think it was like 4 inches above the knee, so they like had measuring things there. It was very
I remember
strict.
they had the strap rule with the 2 fingers
Yeah.
too. I remember hearing
And
about
they
that,
had
where
like
you're
a
strapped to
a
the knee.
rule here too, where like you put it on your collar and
Yeah. That's a whole thing.
it was a lot.
The things the guys don't have to
Overwhelming.
worry about.
That's true. Very true.
But I again, I don't think they were as strict when I was in school. I think by the time you came around, they
Yeah.
had started to.
They were pretty strict. They had like dress code shirts for some people too. If you didn't pass dress code, they had like a big oversized shirt you could put on.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of back in the day, I found something earlier today that I was going to tell you about. I don't know how I forgot this, but I was like looking to send a friend your address that was following us here earlier,
Oh yeah.
and I pulled up your contact card,
Oh no.
and I found what your MySpace name was back in the day.
No.
And how did I forget what your MySpace name was? Hold on, I gotta find
I
it
don't-
now.
I remember what my when we were on that karaoke site. Is it the same as that?
Maybe. It yeah, so I've got, your email, your other email.
Why do you have my?
I don't know, it just automatically uploaded it. MySpace.com/karaoke cowboy. With 2 K's.
I forgot about that.
I was dying. I told
Wow.
Cody and he lost. I said karaoke cowboy and then Cody laughed and I said no.
Is it still out there? If you
With the
click
K.
it?
Let's find
If
out.
you
Let's
click it?
let's
Should
see
I
if
just
it's
look it
still
up
there.
here?
Go to myspace.com/karaoke cowboy. I told Mom and she already knew what it was. She
I
remembered.
forgot.
Yeah, I died. Let's see.
It's
Oh,
here,
no.
but wait, what?
That's somebody else. They
Somebody took
stole
it.
your username.
They stole my
Somebody
username.
else wanted to be the karaoke cowboy.
Apparently, they don't even have anything on here.
Well, no, it's MySpace.
I mean, that's fair, but I
I'm
thought.
pretty sure I took.
Yeah,
mine
but they
down.
had pictures, so I thought maybe. I don't know.
That's so funny.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. I thought that was. I had no memory of that. Changing your contact to karaoke,
Karaoke
cowboy.
Maybe I should rebrand my stream to
You're good.
Karaoke Cowboy now.
That's what Cody said. He said that should be his stream name.
Yep.
He said he should be Karaoke Cowboy, but exclusively does no karaoke on the channel.
No, of course, right.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah,
People like, when's the karaoke? I'll be like, it's next week. I don't stream that
Oh,
week.
sorry.
Yeah.
Top of the order.
Top of the order, yeah. I'll just host karaoke. If I could do that through Twitch easily, I would do it. I'd be the KJ on the internet. I think it'd be fun as hell.
That would be
the problem you always run into, and I looked into this a few times during COVID of doing virtual karaoke nights, the biggest problem you run into is the music and the words. There's no way to make them in sync
when you're
from afar, through Discord or anything, unless you have them play the music. So I could set it up in a way where you play it from YouTube or whatever, and I'll just stream you singing. That'd be the only way you'd be able to make it work.
MySpace was so much better than Facebook for your personalized page. So true.
Yeah, you just had to have a degree in HTML, and then you could put whatever you want.
Literally, I was Googling HTML stuff because people had the entire DIY themes, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I figured out how to change one color in it, and I was like, I'm a queen at coding.
And then sites are say what you want, and then we'll give you the code.
Yeah. My cousin was like, you should go into computer science, and I was like, I tried.
I had a MySpace. That's the equivalent of trying.
Yeah, there were ones that you could copy paste. I think that's exclusively what I did.
I definitely did a lot of personalizing on there. I remember I actually took a website class in high school, and they, or actually it was college, and they gave us a domain name to use to play with for a while. So I remember the year I had it, I used a page on there to track Adrian Peterson's yards towards the goal.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
Then I tried to log into it a couple years ago, and it won't let. I don't know. They said that it should be good for up to 10 years or something like that, but I think I just forgot my login info or something because I can't get into it anymore. I don't even know if it's still out there, but
I want to find it.
I do too. That'd be some good content. Awesome. Because I gave up on it halfway through the year because Theory wasn't going to make it. So the last time I checked it just hadn't been updated.
That's so funny.
Mid November or something. I just gave up on it.
He was the last non-quarterback to win the NFL MVP.
Oh, is that true?
I'm very invested in this year because Justin Jefferson should be up for it, and he's not because he's a receiver, and I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you were saying wide receivers never won it, or
wide receivers never won NFL MVP.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But a kicker has. What? I don't understand.
Yum pasta. Oh,
copy pasta. That's funny. Also, the profile song was a big.
Oh, yep. That always annoyed me though, because I'd go creep on somebody's page and it'd be blaring some rap song at me.
Autoplay. Do not turn on autoplay. Don't be that person.
Everybody I would go creep on had autoplay set up.
No, it's awful. And your top 10 friends, that was top.
Oh, top 8. And they updated it.
Yeah, I think it was top 8. I don't remember. Yeah. No, that was messy. Cole Sprouse was always my number one friend. It was a principal thing. You could add famous people on MySpace.
Sure.
Cole Sprouse, number one.
That's hilarious. I don't remember.
Because I was 12.
Yeah. I do not remember that being a thing. That's funny.
Yep.
I had Tom in my top 8 for sure.
Just because it's
Tom.
He's the OG friend, you know? Can't forget it.
Yeah. There's a really... some content for you guys to look up there's this video out there called the MySpace movie. It's very funny. It came out around the time MySpace was famous.
I don't think I've seen this.
It's a YouTube video, and it's basically them making fun of all the MySpace things. So there's an instance where they get this forward, and it says, if you don't forward this to 8 people, a buck hunter is going to come into your house and kill you.
Stop
blah, blah, blah.
it.
So then he deletes it, and then suddenly a buck hunter is hunting him through the house.
Funny.
And then there's a point of it where he's meeting this girl at a bar, but all of her pictures are angles, and then he says her name is Yita, and they're all looking at it and they're like, that says Yeti, bro. And this girl comes in and she's like,
this is like Vampire Sup.
Yes.
MySpace.
Yes.
This is
this is, but it's also
scary movie,
right, and it's also early 2000s YouTube, which is just a whole different place than YouTube now.
Oh, it's a YouTube thing. I missed that. That makes so much sense.
It was posted on YouTube.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it was called the MySpace movie, but it was on YouTube. They tried to make a Facebook movie. It's not nearly as good but the MySpace is so funny.
Yeah,
I'll show it to you later, but it's a little too long, I think, to do it on stream. But it's so funny.
Now they just have The Social Network.
Yeah.
What a good movie. Andrew Garfield's in it.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. It's a good one. Did not come up in our movie podcast.
No, it's not that good.
No.
But make MySpace great again. So true.
There you go. Yeah, bring it back.
So true.
It's out there for like
Oh, yeah.
music, like artists supposedly are using it. I looked into it the other day, like
I
not
think
the
my
other day.
music MySpace is still up somewhere, but
The other day is anytime between now and a year ago, so it was a
That's
while
true.
ago. But I looked into MySpace not that long ago.
yeah.
The other day. But yeah, it's mostly for musicians and stuff. I guess now. What up, Radical? Thanks for joining the podcast. I haven't talked to you in a while. I've been MIA on my stream for a while. The last time I streamed was our last podcast, I think, because my Dungeons and Dragon nights got canceled.
Yeah.
A couple times now, so we'll be doing that again on Monday. But but yeah, so I'm back. This is kind of my resurgence back into the last stream of 2022, most likely.
Wow, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we go live from.
Well, yeah, right. It'll probably be the New Year's. There'll be some sort of content out there for New Year's, guaranteed. So if you're bored and you want to see this but drunk, tune in.
Mom says she wants to hear a Motet Christmas song.
Oh, that's probably copyright issues.
Copyright issues. Oh, that's actually probably true. They'll mute it. Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
We can't have that.
We'll do it, but we'll do it muted.
We'll do it.
We'll just sit here.
Oh, no way.
I thought she meant she wanted us to do it like on Christmas, which we didn't do that either.
Oh, but you know the only one song that we would do.
Is it the ding a ding?
Yeah, ding a ding, ding.
We always get about halfway through that, and then we forget how it goes.
Yeah, 100%.
Some context. I guess I should give some context. So basically, both Katie and I were in this extracurricular choir called Motet in high school. We weren't in it at the same time.
Yeah.
But we like just missed each other essentially, and so we know the same songs from it because we were both in it at certain points. So you have to commit the songs to memory, or you're supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. They kind of lowered the standards by the time I got there.
Right. The first year I was in it, everyone was off book, and then by the time I graduated, they like made some exceptions, and then I remember going to one of your last ones, and everybody was on it pretty much. So.
It was not. I think that might have been kind of. Well, they might have had one more year of it. But
I suppose it did end not long after you were there, but. I forget there was a choir director change after I left. So
my senior year, he was just doing it, I think, to make us happy rather than
the legacy continue kind of a deal. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the song my mom is talking about. Is oh yep, I can turn music down. Thank you, Mod.
Oh, I'm getting an inside scoop here today on what it looks like on this end of things. Usually I just sit in front of my computer and I'm like, hello.
He's paging things.
Dang, he's taking a long time. It's so easy.
yeah. I got like 20 screens open. And you see why I have this now.
This is amazing. Yeah, that's fantastic.
A lot of people make fun of the way I do this screen, but it's
why?
It works for me. Well, because I'm basically making this long, tall screen 3 screens. Like, in a way.
It's the only thing I've ever seen, so it looks normal to me.
This kind of monitor is used for like coders and stuff because you can see the whole thing.
People who did contracts at my last job would use that to review the contracts and stuff.
Right. I got this from a friend in college who was a
coder?
What do you call it? Computer science major.
Yeah.
And 2 of these actually because he didn't need them anymore.
Yep.
So he got better ones or something. But anyway, most of my stuff is hand-me-downs from other people.
That's
this
nice.
PC is the first thing I bought for myself, really.
I think. You bought this?
Yeah. This was an Amazon purchase.
Okay.
Yep.
Dad went to Micro Center 5 times.
That's what I should have done because honestly, it's been crapping out on me lately, and I need to bring it into like Geek Squad or something.
Cody builds his PCs, and he only goes to Micro Center. Granted, Dad went there like 5 times, so who knows?
Well, and I should have built my own, but I don't know enough. That's the problem with having a PC is you need to know what you're doing, and I'm running into issues now that I don't know how to fix. So it's that's the problem.
Work in progress.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's just the behind the scenes. Yeah.
This is it.
So
this is where the magic happens.
Right, and you see why it's difficult to like move it because we're gonna do this at that cocktail lounge I mentioned.
Yeah, it would be a different thing.
It would be difficult. It would be it's just a lot less.
Mom's still waiting for the song.
I don't.
I really think they're gonna mute us.
You're right. I think so too. So.
I can sing the bass part.
You know the bass part?
Ding-a-ding-a-ding.
I mean, it's pretty easy. The part where we get lost is when it stops being dings and like actual words.
And then we sing the chorus, and then we're like,
ding-a-ding.
Ding dong ding. Yeah. It's a nice shirt you got there.
Thank you.
I meant to say it earlier when we weren't on. They're making the movie.
Yeah,
after all this
they've been saying
time.
that for a while, but
Well,
I'm
they
hoping
cast
this is
it
like
now.
real. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Ariana Grande
Oh,
is playing Elphaba, I
Elphaba?
think.
Wow.
Did I make that up?
That could.
If it's not right, somebody will correct me. So.
No,
Yeah.
I saw it in New York in high school,
Yep.
and then I brought Pesky to the Minneapolis one or the Minneapolis show they did a few months back, or maybe I don't remember how long.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that was good. It was fun. It's a good show. It's a very good show. Do you know anything about it? Have you?
I know some of the songs, and that it's about the Wizard of Oz kind of prequel.
The plotline is really really cool, and I held my tongue for 15 years.
50
and now
and
Brittany
97 years.
and I got to do the whole thing I do when I watch a movie with someone and just watch her reactions to the whole thing instead of the actual
I bet she hated every second of it.
I tried to be good. I tried to be good.
Can't watch a movie with this man.
I like seeing the reaction. I saw this TikTok the other day that perfectly describes it. It feels like watching it for the first time when I watch someone else watch it for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I got to watch, we were all watching Rat Race together via Watch Party the other night, and Sam was here watching it with us, and she had never seen it before. So seeing her see it for the first time was hilarious. It was awesome. And I was doing exactly what I do. But here's my biggest pet peeve, and if Sam's watching this, I apologize. But my biggest pet peeve is half the time I'd look at her, and she's on her phone, missing
That's
the
the
joke.
worst part about you is like,
Missing
we
the
just
joke.
want to experience the movie on our own, and sometimes we have to look down at our phone.
Yeah, but there's so many funny parts you miss when you look at your phone.
Cody was looking at his phone at one point during it, and I just looked at him, and I think he put it down, but I don't know if he did it because he saw me looking at him. I was like, no, you're okay. I was just making sure.
I didn't say anything. I let
They're
it
going to
go.
be hauling ass pretty soon, so I just wanted you to hear.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
He started, like, saying something when the prairie dog... I don't know if anybody's seen Rat Race, but the prairie dogging scene came up, and I was like, shh, this is funny. And I like, just made him shut up.
See, if it was Pesky, I would have, and she's seen it before, but I mean, like, if it's Pesky, I'll be like, hey, watch this for a minute. But with Sam, I was like, nah, I'll just let it go.
That's really strong of you.
I know, I feel good. I felt good about it. Thank you. It's personal growth on my
It is, really.
For sure.
You know what I have back here?
We are hauling
ass.
You know what's it back there? You just told me. Ass.
We're hauling ass. Oh, it's so funny. It's gonna be 2 parts of Wicked. I don't think I like that.
I hate ever since Harry Potter.
I know.
feel like every franchise was doing that for the longest time, and I'm not a fan.
Harry Potter, it made sense.
Right.
But the other, like, then when Twilight did it, it made no sense.
Right.
They had to make up an entirely new plotline for the last movie just to make it a full movie.
Right. Which I'm hopeful that maybe they'll keep everything in it. Like, it'll be more accurate to the original story, I guess. But I don't even know the book, because I couldn't get through the book. I only know the musical, so it's like... Yeah. I feel like other musicals
Act 1 is the first movie, and then, like,
right,
Act
that
2,
doesn't feel...
Yeah,
that doesn't feel... It feels weird to me, but... There is kind of an obvious cutoff point that I'm sure they'll do. Yeah. I guess, but they're going to have to add stuff to stretch in. That makes me nervous. There's
plays like Into the Woods where you finish Act 1 and you're like, that's the end of the play.
Right.
We could be done here.
Yeah.
So if you did Into the Woods in 2 parts, you'd finish the first one and be like, I don't understand why I need a second one. And then everything falls apart in the second act.
Well, and I guess that's kind of true for Wicked as well. That could easily happen. Yeah. That could easily happen where people think it's done and why would they make another one? Yeah. Because there is, if you'd seen it, there's an obvious point where it's like, okay, that's it. Yeah. But there's another twist that elongates it essentially. And so.
See, at least in Hamilton, they tell you in the beginning, like, listen, I'm going to kill this guy at some point in the play. So you finish the first act and you're like, well, he's alive, so I guess I got to stick around for more,
that's
you know?
True. That's a good point. So and I guess that's true for Wicked too, because the Wicked, I'll tell you, the musical starts when in the movie they're singing Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, basically. Yeah. Oh. So the musical starts with them saying the Wicked Witch is dead. And then Glinda, they're like, wait, did you know her? And she's like, well, we went to school together. And then it does a flashback of, here's her as a girl, blah, blah, blah. And then they do the whole thing. So I guess that's a good point where if they do end it, where I think they're going to end it after the end of like Act 1. Yeah. People would be like, well, wait, there's got to be something to come back to. But then the problem with that is I don't like the idea of having a flashback and it doesn't pay off in the same movie. That feels cheap to me.
I don't really like that either. Weird. I still think they should just do it in one. But.
Yeah, I think they could.
What do I know? Yeah. Mom, we're not Team Jacob. Nobody's Team Jacob. You can be Team Taylor Lautner all day long. But Team Edward is the only correct way to be.
I wish I could.
Shut up. You were in love with Twilight. Don't pretend like you didn't like Twilight.
Okay.
You read all the books and you liked them. You just didn't like the movie.
The books were fine.
You liked the books.
The books were fine.
You can say what you want now, but you liked the books.
The movies were so bad. You have to be with me on that one.
You didn't mind the first couple.
Well, it's the same thing as, like, there's another series I felt the same way, where, like, they were doing really good, and then they just jumped the shark. I don't know. But anyway,
I don't remember.
My point is...
Well, they...
the new Star Wars. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I only watched
in the new Star Wars,
7.
the first and second one were, like, decent. And I'm like, okay, they're going somewhere. And then they ruined it with the third one. So Twilight was the same way. I could see where they were going. It felt pretty good. And then they just I can't.
I guess I can't really agree with you. Well, Star Wars, I only saw the first one. So, yeah, you liked the books. But you don't have to admit it. But I was there.
Were fine.
You enjoyed them.
They were bad.
Okay. Twilight was good. I think one of my favorite movies is Eclipse, which is the third one. So, like, I can't even agree with you there.
That's a good book.
Okay, sorry. My favorite movie is what I meant to say. Was Eclipse. That's a good book, too.
New Moon was my favorite book as far as that series goes, because they did that one really well.
Yes. But the last Breaking Dawn, if they were going to make it into a second movie, they had to do something, right?
I would.
And that was a plot twist for the ages. Did you ever see it?
I must have, yeah.
It's wild.
I don't remember it, but
they did the only thing they could to make it into a second movie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'll maintain that the books were entertaining and the movies ruined it, and that's the truth for a lot of books to movie situations.
Yeah, except Harry Potter.
Right.
They didn't ruin it.
They didn't ruin it. They made some questionable choices, but they didn't ruin it.
Mom, I stared at you while you read Breaking Dawn, not New Moon. But it's true.
Like the whole book?
No. Just because I knew she was at the part where Jacob...
yeah. Okay.
Somehow we made our way back to movies again today.
That's that's the truth in life. We were raised on movies. Yeah. It's true.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't tell us what you did for Christmas.
Well, you didn't really. I mean, you said you drove here.
I went to my friend's house and we celebrated on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And the next day I was with you. So.
Well, let me think. I think it was mostly just with you. I don't think I did anything prior.
Well, you went to the game.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
I was at the Christmas Eve game. That's true. If you watch Vikings games, I'm almost always near the drum. Now, there's no more home games this year, but...
Maybe. Well, you're not going to the playoff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not buying playoff tickets. They're too much, but...
Yeah, it's expensive.
But yes, another really close one. It's been like that all season. I've been to all but one home game this year, and it's been exhausting. This is the first year that I've been able to go to almost every home game, and it's exhausting. Usually, Pesky and I switch off. Adam and Libby's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
My cousin's wedding was during a home game, and I was in it, so I couldn't miss out. So. That was only the only home game I've missed. I thought I'd been to everyone, but Pesky corrected me. So. But it was a good season to be at everyone, but it was also exhausting.
Yeah.
And the Christmas Eve one was no exception. It was a good time.
It was wild. I was at home, but it was still wild.
Yeah.
I got my Greg Joseph jersey.
Yep.
We're doing a Christmas haul. I got a Greg Joseph jersey.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that was what Pesky looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
I made that emote. I think she marks me as an artist on her page because I made most of her emotes, including that.
That's funny. Yeah, but we watched A Christmas Story Christmas that night.
We did. Yep, that's true. Which actually was very good.
I like.
There we are in movies again.
I knew as soon as I said it where this was gonna go. But it was good. I mean, if it was a movie on its own, without an original to go along with it, like, it wouldn't be great. But
the nostalgia definitely carried it along, but it also threw enough good plot stuff in it that it worked. Because, like, if it was nothing but a nostalgia fest, it'd be one thing, which is fun in its own way. But it did also have a story that was good enough that I wanted to follow it. You know, so I think they did a good job. I get so worried with these throwback movies. They ruin it so many times.
They do like remakes and reboots and
There's Pesky sharing every emote I didn't make, so thank you for that.
Not an artist.
I think she swapped out her emotes for ones she paid for somebody on Etsy.
That's cool.
I just found out when I was looking up doing emotes on my page was that you can pay on Etsy for like the designs and stuff. That's where I got most of my pineapple ones. But I created all the pet emotes that she has of like our dogs and stuff.
Awesome.
But anyway, but yeah, so Christmas Story Christmas was better than I thought it would be. I was worried they would mess it up like they did with other sequels like that, but
No, it was good.
Yeah.
I fell asleep for part of it because it was
Did you
late.
did you ever rewatch
So
it?
no, but what I missed was when the bully comes in.
Oh, that's
And it
a
was the
good
same
part.
actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so upset. They had a lot of the
And
same
he's
actors.
had the same line too when he shows up. He's like, "It was whatever."
Oh yeah.
And he still had yellow eyes. I swear to God, it's yellow eyes.
I like opened my eyes just to hear he still has yellow eyes, and I was like, no, this is good part. Stay awake. And I was like, no, I'm tired.
It was a long day for both of us.
It was a long day. The Vikings game wears you out.
Yeah.
I took a little snooze before you guys got home.
Mm-hmm. And still fell asleep.
Yeah, I can always fall asleep. It's amazing. Yeah. I also fell asleep during the third quarter of the game.
I fell
asleep a lot. That's what Mom said. So.
I'm a third quarter sleeper most of the time. That game I couldn't, but most of the time, even at the stadium, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah. Granted, I had a lot to drink the night before, so I was like a little sleepy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saving up for New Year's. I'm over 30 now. I'm 30, so I
You're right.
I can't drink multiple days like that. Like
my friend that's coming.
Month.
Yeah, my friend that's coming is 30 as well.
Okay.
She's 30, so you guys.
I forgot about that. That's right.
Wallow, but also she lives in Nashville, which really toughens you up.
That's so weird. In college, I was pretty good. But then I didn't for a long time, and so then I lost my.
That's okay. It's okay to be 30.
Yeah. Yeah. Scott, thank you, Pesky.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy how many people they brought back.
Schwartz,
for the movie
amazing.
Too. Yep.
So good. Yeah,
yep.
I loved it. And Ralphie's face is the same. I loved the dream sequences they did.
Yep.
It
had the same feel as the one somehow, which was refreshing because I was worried about that.
I also think I just had like really low expectations.
Well, there's that.
And so then I was like, oh, this is.
And you're let down so many times. You go in expecting it's bad. You're like, I have to watch it. I have to.
There's just so many reboots now. I'm getting a little tired of it.
Right. I think I saw this post on Facebook the other day where it was like Hollywood to announce they finally came up with a second. Oh, this was about Hallmark movies. But it said they finally come out with a second plot line for Hallmark movies or something.
I'm good with the one.
But it's true for
all the movies.
All the movies. It feels like everything's a sequel right now. Like Avatar is sequels finally coming out.
I think they waited too long. I think
they
just waited a little too long.
I've heard it's a letdown. Now, if you like establishing shots like scenery and that kind of stuff, there's a lot of that in it, which I heard is very cool.
I do know somebody that loved it.
That's very appealing, but as far as like plot, I heard it kind of falls short. But I haven't seen it, so I'm definitely gonna see it. It's one of those where I have to. It's going to be available on streaming soon, so I'll just wait till that happens.
I love they do that now.
I think it'll even be on Disney Plus. I think that's the.
Oh really?
That's what the original is. I think so.
Yeah, So when the original came out 5 million years ago, was it 2009? I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was like the biggest movie.
Well, it was the first like 3D movie as well.
It's
like well known as one of the first 3D movies in theaters that wasn't like a Spy Kids 3D made for like you know what I mean
like Spy Kids 3D though.
Right, but that one was clearly like they have these if you don't watch it in 3D they have these parts that are like obviously meant for a 3D screen and it's weird, and Avatar was a regular movie that they released on 3D. It was the first time they had really done that.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so memorable, I think.
Which
is good.
I was annoyed because I was like, it can't be that good. Everybody needs to calm down. So I waited a long time.
I remember
and
that.
Then I finally watched it and I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah. Just like Twilight's fine.
You love Twilight, so like I just don't understand.
You love Avatar more than you want to say.
That's not true.
Well,
Avatar holds up, so it wouldn't be embarrassing for me to say it. I think you're just embarrassed to admit that you love Twilight.
We'll just agree.
No, we will not because you're wrong.
I think that's the first agree to disagree on the podcast. I think that's the first one.
No, we don't do that here. We don't do that.
We will agree to disagree.
No,
we just agree.
Do
you agree with that we disagree?
I think that you are lying. So no, I don't think it's a disagreement. Right. I think you're lying to people.
Fair.
It's hard to agree to disagree on things that I know I'm right on, because that's not disagreeing, that's being wrong.
Here's the disagreement, is you think I'm lying and I think I'm not. And that's where you can agree that... Can you agree that that's where we disagree,
I just said you're not lying, and that's not what I meant to say. I said it really passionately.
Thank you. I'm just gonna clip that part alone. You're not lying, and end.
I yelled it so strongly, too.
Perfect. Too much beer.
It's just, it's just so... You liked it. We read them at the same time.
Well...
It's fine.
But Avatar, I think you'd like to. How can you not? It's a very good movie.
I didn't think it was that good.
I think it's very good.
That's fine.
So you agree to disagree is what you're saying. We
have differing opinions.
Okay. You can word it however you want. It's still a pig.
Whatever. It's still what?
You can dress however you want. It's still a pig is what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay. I don't know that saying.
I just made it up. I don't know if it's real.
Did you really?
I really did. Yeah. I don't know if that's a thing.
Still a pig.
I'm hoping it's a thing. I don't know. I just made it up.
I'm gonna start sending you just SAP. Stands for still a pig. SAP.
SAP is the accounting program I use at work.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
so
I use
weird.
that at BMG too.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Still a pig. Do they try to improve SAP?
Yeah.
And does it still kind of suck?
Yeah.
Well, you can try and dress it however you want, but it's still.
God damn it. That was good. That was good. It's funny. I was about to, because what's funny is they actually are upgrading it. And they're trying to upgrade it. So that's what's funny is that we're changing like a cloud-based blah, blah, blah. I won't get into it, but it's weird that you said that because that's actually something that's happening.
Exactly.
So then it all works. It all fits.
That's so funny.
Oh, God.
Good Lord.
See, we never have to set a topic for these things. We find something that...
I know, it's outrageous.
Yeah. Having the chat to buffer off of sometimes helps a lot, too.
I know. So what'd you do Christmas Day?
Christmas Day was with Pesky's family. So we went to her uncle's house and played Beat Saber. I need to stream that.
I need to
stream that.
I need to check out Beat Saber.
You do. I
Beat
have to have it on there and we can play Meat. When I was talking to Katie on the phone, she had never heard of Beat Saber before. And she thought I said...
Well, I thought I
to...
said Meat Saver.
Okay, Meat Saver.
So I said Meat Saver and you said Beat. And so I thought the only word I got wrong was the first one. So it was like Beat Saver.
Which over the
it's
phone
also
is
wrong.
Yeah, it's also wrong. But it's a fun game. I need to stream it. It's a good time. But you need to play it. It's easy to do, like pass it around.
Yeah.
I was playing it before bed last night and like just trying to get a workout in essentially. Yeah. And I was sweating actually.
Yeah.
Because there's like if you do the campaign mode, they actually have some levels where there's a requirement of how much you move. Mm. So like I went through it once normally and I wasn't even a quarter of the movement they required. So then I'm just doing
here we go
for no reason, and actually my shoulder hurts today.
Hold your shoulder.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I did. I was trying to whip more than you have to because it's the only way to get the move, and I still couldn't get it. I never got it.
That's so funny.
It's exhausting when you do it like that, but it's definitely an arm workout and not a leg workout.
Yeah, I went bowling recently.
Oh yeah.
The other day. And I used one ball, and I was like, that's too freaking heavy. Switched to my friend's ball, I was like, that's too freaking heavy. Switched to the next one, and I was like, now we're talking. And I'm still sore from my grip on the ball.
Bowling uses muscles you don't use very often. It's the same muscles I think I'm sore from Beat Saber, because it's the same. But I bowled a lot in high school, and then I try to go back to it, and it's the same. I run into the same thing, where it's like, you're not used to that motion.
I saw some guys walking in with their own bowling balls, and I was like, looks like Sean. There he was. That was that guy.
I have one I think it's at Mom and Dad's house right now.
Yeah.
It's the bowling ball I used in high school.
It was a good one.
The thing that sucks is I have a bowling ball but not shoes, and they don't charge you for a bowling ball. They charge you. So if you bring your own ball, the cost doesn't change. The wrong thing. I really did. And the high school actually gave me that, but they provided it for me. They're like, here, you can have this ball. It's a hand-me-down ball that says Jess on it. It was someone's personalized ball and it says Jess on it.
I bet Jess misses it.
I bet they do. Yeah. Yeah, it's a VR game, Beat Saber, and that's the wrong kind of beat, by the way. Not the Dwight Schrute beats. But
Bears beats.
We are on a green screen. That's why. This is not a real room.
Why do you look like you're in post? How you do it.
That's what we're doing.
No, my hand's just behind the bookshelf right now.
It kind of lined up really well, I'm not gonna lie.
This is a nice painting.
Thank you. I made it myself.
Did you make it?
I did.
You paint it? That's nice. You need what is that, a tissue? No, it's a sculpture.
I might be able to reveal what it actually looks like for those who care.
Here we go.
Just for funds of behind the scenes, since we're
a little behind the scenes.
There, boom. What?
Don't look.
What?
Don't look.
What? How do I bring it back? It's not
and you're
perfect,
stuck with the green background.
I had to make this for 2 people, so it's not perfect. I'm actually still trying to update my whole thing. So.
Do you have your contrast up on the screen? That's how Cody does his.
What do you mean?
I like the color.
So I did it on. I did color correction on the thing because I feel like we look way too pale if I if I turn it like this. Oh. You know what I mean? It's
I'm gonna get blind.
Exactly. So
did you show them that? Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they saw it.
Good Lord.
I just was trying to colorize our face.
This is way better than the paleness.
So funny story about that. So I've had a green screen for Pesky's office for a very long time. It actually wasn't for her. stream, it was for her pictures. She has a bunch of picture backgrounds, so I got her a green screen one as well.
Yep.
She was using it. So actually, this is when my father-in-law was working for I don't even remember what company it was. It's irrelevant to the story. They were giving away these giant rolls of construction paper, and one of the rolls was neon green. So I said, I will take that, and I literally just rolled down this big piece of green construction paper.
Like the roll is on the ground. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's very much a janky setup, which Pesky's not using the nice green screen anymore, so I might steal that and change this a little bit. But I honestly, perfect. When I set it up, I wanted my back that way because there's a closet behind me here.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't fit. It doesn't work the other way for some reason. But I got the mini fridge there with my Minnesota Gold in it, so that's all I really need.
Yeah, you got a nice setup in here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me over
during the day too. Yeah. You haven't really seen it in its full.
No,
setup,
I haven't. So. This is nice. Yeah. Sorry you guys aren't seeing it like I am.
Yeah.
I'm like over here, like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I see Pesky explained it in the chat too.
Yeah. You're fine.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, it works.
That's innovative. You know, you should keep those rolls of construction paper around when you have kids someday, so that the night before they have a project due.
I'll be set. Well, we have a bunch of colors out there. I don't know what we're gonna do with them, but I was like,
I just told you.
They brought them over, well, right? But until then,
yeah.
They brought over like 8 of them to throw away because we had a big dumpster and they couldn't get rid of them. So we kept a few of the colors we liked, and I think Mom and Dad even took a few.
That's funny.
Just because I don't know why not. I mean, for the I knew I wanted the green one because green screen. Why not? It has so many possibilities, you know.
It does, like our office.
Like
And Sean's painting.
My beautiful painting behind us. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Beautiful. That. But
Yeah.
Be ready for another one soon.
You're beating me. My double beer.
I was gonna say you got the double size. I like those tall boys.
Yep. We bought a case of Michelob Ultra for our friend's hang last week and didn't even open it. So it'll be at your house.
So that's cool. Yeah, perfect. I should get that from you so we can put it in the fridge. I was thinking we could just put it in the big fridge, which is just outside the back door, because it won't be freezing temperatures. It'll just be fridge temperatures.
That's perfect. Yep.
So the nice thing about being in Minnesota, but
the big freezer. That's funny. Happy little trees.
Yep.
I'm really enjoying the green screen.
I had to reset my computer because of all the issues I was talking about. I had so many fun background set up on OBS before it had to reset. I had I actually had a redeem where it makes it look like, you know that meme with the dog where he's like everything is fine and there's fire around him. I made myself look like that. I set up a redeem where it makes me look like that and it plays the audio from that in the background.
So funny.
And it works really well once it's set up, but I have to reset it up and I haven't. But the green screen just has so many fun possibilities. So
yeah, that's amazing.
It's a good time. It looks like Ireland old.
The picture does a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Speaking of Ireland, the oldest pub in Ireland is Sean's Pub.
It is. Sean's. Where's your shirt?
I wore it the other day, and I have dogs, so now it's in the wash.
So now it's
it's black, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a true story. Oh yeah, I can see Mexico too.
Where in Ireland is it? I'm gonna look it up.
I don't remember. I want to say it's near Galway, but I might be wrong.
Near Galway.
But it's they have records of every owner of the building from back to 900 AD, and it's got the original walls of the place too.
Jeez.
Yep.
That's amazing.
I don't think it was always called Sean's Bar or whatever it's called, Sean's Pub or whatever. But it is officially Guinness Book Record worthy or official oldest pub in Ireland, and then they believe it's the oldest one in the world, but they don't have proof of that yet.
That's kind of cool. That's gonna be a hard thing to prove, honestly.
Yeah. Hi, Terry. Dinah said Terry was watching, and
Terry.
Last episode he watched, he was trying to say hi to us, and we weren't responding because it was a video.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
I gotta say hi, Terry. Hi. Hey, Big J, welcome to the podcast. How's it going? So, what did you do Christmas Day? That's what we haven't talked about yet.
Yep, hold on. Sean's
you're looking at the bar.
It's right in smack dab in the middle. It's not far from Galway, though. You're right.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a real place.
Day. Christmas Day. There's a story that leads up to today that Mom and Dad don't even know. This is a funny story, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I went to my fiance's family's house on Christmas Day. His step siblings were there, their kids, their dog. There was a husky, very cute.
Awesome.
So it was fun. We had made a big dinner, hung out. Then we opened gifts. We did Secret Santa.
Okay.
And we do it all through Giftster. So we were all passing out the gifts, and I was like, I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you guys pass out gifts. Come back up. Cody's like, where are your gifts? And I was like, I don't know, I was in the bathroom. I wasn't here. And so everybody's opening their gifts, and they're like, all right, Katie. I was like, I don't have a gift. And they're like looking around, and his stepsister was like, who had Katie? And nobody raised their hand.
Oh, God.
Did I not tell you about that?
No, I heard it before, but it's still as cringy as it was the first time.
And so they're all looking. She goes, who had Katie? And everybody's just looking around. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, don't worry. Like, I'm like, everybody just stop looking at me. I'm so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh my gosh, everybody has to buy Katie gifts. And I was like, no, it's fine. Just keep opening your gifts. It's really not a big deal. And I just like went and poured a glass of wine. And I was like, just stop looking at me. And it was fine. I didn't know what happened, but I was like, whatever, it's no big deal. And then Cody's dad messaged me the next day and was like, I'm so sorry, I looked at last year's Secret Santa and got a gift for the wrong person. And so he made a joke about getting me like a car or something. It was a joke.
Yeah.
And so that was the end of the story. So today I went to their house.
Okay.
And there's a gift on the counter for me. And I was like, amazing. That's really nice of you. You, like, I really appreciate that. That was really fast, too. And he got it off my Giftster, which has all your gifts. And people mark them purchased when they're purchased. Mm-hmm. So I open it, and it's a very, very generous gift of a new set of AirPods that my fiance
I know
already got me for Christmas.
From Christmas Eve that he got you, yeah.
And thought everybody was done shopping, so he didn't think to mark it purchased on the Giftster because he got them like a day before we opened them. Yeah. And so I was like, in that moment, I was like, do we tell him or do we like return the other ones? Like, well, I was turning to Cody for guidance on that. So I opened it and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, in a way that was like, I could be really thankful or this could be a ha 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 funny story. And so I turned to Cody and he starts laughing. I was like, oh, I guess we're telling him.
We're just going to tell him.
And so then we had to tell him, and Cody gets in the car later and he's like, why did I do that? We should have just like said thank you because that was a nice gift and returned your other ones.
Yep.
Like,
or re-gifted or something. Like, there's so many options.
Why did I tell him that? Which, like, he gave me the receipt and it was nice. But his poor dad was like, Giftster has failed me twice this year at Christmas. Like, oh, it was rough.
Yeah, that's awkward.
I felt, so he was like, well, I'm going to go change and get ready to go. I was like, I'm so sorry.
That's happened to me before, and it's nothing like quite as big a gift as like AirPods, but like I've gotten like a board game twice, and I'll just re-gift the board game to another family who can use it. That's a little bit different situation, I feel like. So did he end up returning it then?
No, he just like gave me the receipt for it and whatever.
Okay,
yeah,
so that's fine.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, but I just felt so
But you could have done that without him ever knowing what
I know, that's why Cody was like, that was just a bone. Like, in the moment, he just like laughed, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And then he was like,
it's hard not to react because, like, I feel like if you had gotten it for like someone in our family that wasn't Cody, maybe you guys would have been able to play it off. But like because it was Cody himself, he immediately was like,
laughed.
"That's funny. It's from me." Yeah.
And then we looked on the Giftster, and Cody was like, "Yeah, I did not."
Yeah, Britt's Hocus Pocus game is a good example of that. There's a Hocus Pocus game at Target, and Brittany has received that same game 4 times.
Oh, Brittany!
Because everyone knows that she loves Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
So she has received that game 4 times.
And she just keeps saying thank you.
You're right. And so we have like 2 of them. I think we returned 2 of them but we have 2 of them still.
That's hilarious.
So that's happened a lot. And it was 2 or 3 within one holiday season, like her birthday or something.
Yeah.
And then another one was like Christmas or something. And it's like it's happened a few times now. It's very funny. But she just has that it looks like a perfect gift for her. Which,
it does.
I'm gonna be honest, we haven't even opened it.
We
have not even played it.
Which I'm glad you reminded me because I remember that happening, but also I would have forgotten and seen it at the store and been like, Brittany will love this game.
We need to just put a banner up. We own this.
We own this.
Here.
This may not enter our
home. But the not opening it thing though, that's because we don't have game nights nearly as much as we used to. Like
no,
that's just not a thing
phases
anymore.
Also,
and they're virtual if we are like that's more the Jackbox virtual game night has been a thing more than anything. So that's hilarious. But the regifting is
really funny.
Is a thing.
Yeah.
So
I just felt so bad. I was like, first of all, the nicest person in the group that it could have happened to. I felt so bad that like he was the one that looked at the wrong name. I was like, oh, because he's gonna feel bad.
And it was a big thing.
And
like,
then he got that, and I was like, oh my goodness, why is this happening to you?
Trying to make up for it, probably.
Yeah, because Cody's mind was like, okay, we're opening gifts tomorrow. Like nobody's still shopping.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So he went and bought it in person instead of online through the giftster. So he just didn't think of it.
Right.
And then of course that happened. So
yeah, I totally get that.
It was great. It was great.
So other than that, it was good Christmas Day.
No, it was. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, our Christmas Day we did Beat Saber. I think that's where I ended.
Oh yeah, we went on a big
Beat Saber, but after that we basically her uncle makes these amazing cheesecakes.
Yes, I've heard of these.
We got some of it. I think no, we didn't get any left. I was like, wait, I might.
I was like, oh.
I thought I had some, but I don't. So that was our big thing, and then we were supposed to do this gift card game, but some people didn't bring them, so we ended up just being like, well, whoever did bring them, we'll just swap, because it was supposed to be a game where you get to pick.
Oh, that's
which one
smart.
It's kind of like White Elephant Party, but it's all gift cards.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so we kind of set them out. Everybody bring a gift card for this amount for a random place. So we ended up with a gift card to Cons, which we haven't been to in a long time.
Nice,
which is
you guys like that?
Mongolian grill.
I've been there once. It was very good.
They've been closed. They closed a couple of them, so there's one still open at least though. So we'll be able to do that for a day night coming up. So that'll be fun.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that was mostly our Christmas Day, and then we went and played Jackbox with her parents, and that was fun. They hadn't played most of the Jackbox 9. So
I just played all the Jackbox 9.
We just did that the other night. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
We need to do that on Pesky stream sometime soon because she's got all the games on her Switch. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He makes great Mongolian food.
Apparently, yeah.
No, next time you guys stream it, I'll have to hop on. You guys were streaming it when I was in the middle of finals.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to hop on, but now I'm ready.
It's just nice because they have so many games now that can fit a lot more people than they used to, so it's easier to get a lot more people involved. Not to mention, I think they made it where every game, at least on the newer packs, you can have like 10,000 audience members.
Yeah.
So like you can have many audience members
that's
if you
awesome.
want. So
that's great.
Just makes it so everybody can
and they can get involved. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think she's gonna try to be an official. There's a way to apply to be like an official Jackbox streamer, and they'll send you like merch and stuff.
Sick.
And then you can be part of like their little team on Twitch, which is fun. So it's
I
think she was gonna try to push to do something like that at some point when she gets back into a scheduled streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so it's
that's amazing.
Been a busy year, but But it'll be good. But yeah, I got you Jackbox 9 for Christmas as well. So now you can play it whenever you want.
And you're eventually going to get a Steam gift card from Cody for...
Whenever we... Yeah, that was a whole process too. So the story behind that was, he was like, I wanted to buy you he got me this Christmas card that just said, I wanted to get you a Steam gift card, but da-da-da. And then he explained in person.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what it said.
Yeah, he said basically, I want to help you in Pesky streaming, so I wanted to get you a Steam gift card and da-da-da. But dot. And I'm like, okay. And I look it up and he's like, so here's the story. And basically what happened is he went to like a few different stores and they were completely sold out of Steam gift cards. So he's like, well, I'll buy it for you virtually through the Steam store.
Yeah.
Well, then he found out that we weren't friends on Steam and you can't send it if we're not friends. So then on Christmas Day, after I open this gift, I add him on Steam. Then he tries to send it to me like that day or the next day, and then it says you have to be friends for 3 days before you can send gift cards to each
Which
other.
is like today,
which is basically today or tomorrow. So
that's so funny.
So it was just a whole process for him to get me this gift. Yeah. I feel so bad.
Yeah. Well, then he was like, he already didn't want to just like give you a card,
right?
And then he like still couldn't even give it to you, right?
He couldn't even do that. Yeah. Yeah.
It was very funny.
It was very, very funny. Yeah. But.
What are you going to buy with it?
I don't know. I have a very long wish list. So it's like I got to figure out what on there. Right. I have options. The annoying thing is I did this thing during, I want to say it was in November. They had this thing where if you subscribe to 2 different people, you can get 3 months of Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. So I was like, cool, I'll try all these games and I'll know which one I want to buy at the end of the 3 months with my Steam gift card. Yep. Well, because my PC is having issues, it won't let me log into my Xbox Game Pass, so I haven't been able to use it at all. So that's kind of been annoying.
That sucks.
Yeah. Because I actually almost got it to work, and I was going to play that High on Life game. Have you seen anything from that? Okay, I'll explain that in a second. But anyway, I got it downloaded, and then I went to play it, and that's when everything went haywire. So that High on Life game is, it's one of the guys from Rick and Morty started it, and the gun talks.
The creator guy?
No, it's one of the voices.
Oh, okay.
It's the voice of Rick and Morty. But anyway, it's a talking gun game, and anybody who's watching this probably has heard of it. No offense.
Sorry.
It's a video game thing. But
I didn't even know Meat Saber.
It came out and it was very popular right away. But I've been wanting to play that just because it looks hilarious, and he
Yeah.
voices the main gun. Basically, you're playing with a gun that's Morty, essentially, is what it feels like.
Oh, that's funny.
I've been watching a lot of people stream it, so I've got to play that. So I thought about buying that, but new games are so expensive these days. I think they want like $60 or $70 for that one, and I just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So
Especially when you haven't played it.
right, and the annoying thing too is Oculus. You can't unless you buy the games through like Steam and then VR through Steam. That you can use a Steam gift card, but there isn't an Oculus gift card. That's not a thing.
Oh, that's annoying.
And it's very annoying, right? Because there's a bunch of Oculus games I've been wanting to look into, but
they're probably getting into it. But
I'm hoping eventually they will. Now that there's a new like Oculus 2 is coming out,
yeah, more and more
or whatever
people
it's called,
the
new Oculus is coming out. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping they'll eventually get something like that. But for now, I've been looking up how like what kind of gift cards could you do for that, and they're like, well, Visa. We tell you just get a Visa, and I'm like, okay, well, Visa gift card. I'm like, okay, well,
okay. You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get a Visa gift card, and the one thing I was gonna use it for, I'm like, well, I should probably use it for these other things.
Right, like
pay
bills
for.
or something.
Yeah, like practical things.
Yeah.
Somebody gives you a specific gift card, you're forced to treat yourself.
Right, and that is the one thing I really like about gift cards is yes, you're just basically giving them money. You could just give them money, but this is forcing them to use it to a place you know they like. Like normally they may not have went there if they didn't have a gift card.
Exactly.
So that's like with cons. We don't go to cons because it's pretty expensive. But now they have this gift card, we'll almost definitely make a night to go there.
But if you had been given a Visa gift card, you'd be like, we should still probably go somewhere like cheaper. Yeah,
exactly. Yep. So that's the nice thing about it. But
I won a Visa gift card in like a singing competition I was in. The one where I almost got free rent for a year. Yeah. And they gave me $250 on a Visa gift card, and I was like, well, that was worth all of this then.
Yeah, sure.
That apartment community is no longer doing that.
That.
I wonder why. But I like a year later, I like pulled out the bag from under my bed, and I was like, oh, it's from the apartment thing. And I go inside, and I'm like, did I ever use this?
Oh my
And I look up,
God.
I've got 200, and I was like, finding $250 under my bed. I was like, this is the
Yeah.
best day. I'm ordering DoorDash
awesome.
right now.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
It was so good.
That's pretty good.
I was also like, I'm an idiot, but
yeah, it's like the equivalent of finding money in your pants pocket
Yeah,
or something. That's funny.
It's amazing.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's Christmas.
That's Christmas.
Yeah.
Trying to think of any other big gifts we got that was worth mentioning, but I think we covered.
Well, I got
everything.
AirPods. That's what I was
AirPods,
gonna
clearly.
say.
Yep.
Got my portable monitor.
Yep.
And my Joseph jersey.
Yep. I still have a Christmas to do because my brother-in-law and his wife are coming into town right now, and we're doing it on New Year's Day, so it's probably gonna be hungover for it.
Excellent. Well.
But so we'll see. I got
heater.
More coming, but my buddy heater was probably the big one. Yeah, that's not called a buddy heater anymore, but I'm very excited about that one because we didn't have any this year, and it was kind of annoying. So that was probably the big one.
Just now, I was over at my future in-laws' house, and Cody's dad walks in carrying a big long box, right? Puts it on the counter, and his wife goes, "Well, what's this?" And he goes, "Your Christmas present." And at first I thought he was joking, but he wasn't. And so they start trying to open it, and they're like trying to open it from like the middle, cutting tape off and all this stuff. They're struggling. They're like, let's just open it from the side. She's like, "What is that?" And he goes, "It's a Red Ryder BB gun." And I'm like, she goes, "Oh, I'll shoot my eye out." And it was a joke.
Okay.
But he wasn't joking. She takes out it's an adult size Red Ryder brand BB gun.
That's fantastic.
And she took it out and she's like, I'm speechless. This is amazing. And she just takes it out and starts fiddling with it. Cody comes in and his friend comes in and they just see her like holding the gun in the living room. And I was like, I can't believe you just got a Red Ryder BB gun.
That's fantastic.
It was incredible.
For those who don't know, that's the main gift from A Christmas Story, which was our probably favorite Christmas movie growing up.
Yeah, I was looking, they have those things where it's like, pick the 3 Christmas movies that you can keep or whatever. Yeah. And I decided, in case you were curious, it's A Christmas Story, It's a Wonderful Life, and Elf. Those are my 3.
That makes sense.
Not Christmas Vacation. No. And not The Grinch. No. Sorry.
Yeah. I think those would be my 3 too, honestly.
Yeah.
Christmas Story is just iconic. I know it so well. It's not even it's not even more enjoyable to me than other movies that I could pick. Like Grinch, I probably objectively like The Grinch more.
But that's not the point.
It's the nostalgia of it. Right?
It is Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas It's a Wonderful Life is also I actually really enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
We didn't watch it that much growing up as far as like annually.
No.
But I just once I did watch it, I loved it, and that's why it's a classic for me. And Elf, it's the same way.
Oh, A Christmas Story. Not a Christmas. Oh yeah, a Christmas Story. We would watch the 24 hours. We just turn it on
Right.
while we.
It would just be on all the
wrap
time,
gifts
and
stuff. And,
Papa Ray would quote it constantly while we were watching.
You just mute it while we're unwrapping gifts, but it's still on in the background.
Still on, yeah.
So when I got to middle school, we read like a short story that the movie is actually based on.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And so, and I love middle school teachers because she had us read a short story for one day, and then use that as an excuse to watch a Christmas Story for the next 3 classes.
Sure.
And so we watched it, and I realized I don't think I'd ever seen that movie in order. Like, just start to finish. Because it's just 24 hours, you just keep watching scenes.
You see parts,
There's a full scene I had never seen before. And it's the soap poisoning. I had never seen the soap poisoning scene, I guarantee you. And so I was like, wow, this is a whole new story.
You had never really sat and watched all the way through.
It was hilarious. I knew the parts other than that one. I was like, oh.
Because TBS every year will do, I think it's TBS, will do 24 hours of a Christmas Story.
Just turn it on, you let it roll.
Christmas Eve, or it must be Christmas Eve that they do that.
I think they do it like Christmas Eve evening through
That's right,
Christmas
so it's like
Day
7,
evening.
yeah. And
like 7 to 7.
Basically the time that Santa starts going out.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, he turns it on the radio. It's still listening.
Gotta be.
That's what he does. You know, and I'm sorry, we're going on now, but speaking of Santa, how old were you when they told you Santa wasn't real? Sorry. Don't let Terry hear that.
Spoiler alert.
Terry's not here. How old were you when you heard? When you found out?
Fixed it. You fixed it. The stream is for mature audiences.
I know it really is.
They might have turned it off by now, hopefully. Anyway, so I don't remember when, but I remember the conversation. I remember that it was in the addition of the house.
You were like 4.
I don't remember how old I was, but I remember that I must have been relatively, it had to have been, the part I'm remembering, so here's the deal. Yeah, 7-second delay.
Yeah, seriously.
So here's the deal. I remember that it was in the addition, so it had to have been at least after that was built. This specific conversation that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They've set me down on that green couch, which I had in my basement until recently. So I remember that, I remember all this. And I remember them telling me, I think they were telling me about the Tooth Fairy. I think it was where it started.
Because they were tired of giving you money.
They started, something like that.
I'm just kidding.
I remember it was either the Tooth Fairy or the Easter Bunny, one of those two, that they were explaining how that is. And I was very upset about it. And then I remember very vividly them going, so with that, here's the thing about Santa. And I was so mad that I just ran off before they could say anything else. So that's what I remember. I don't remember how old I was, and I don't remember if that was like the only time it ever came up. That's just the only memory in my mind of it.
Mom wants it to be clear that it was Dad, not her.
Yeah. Well, all I remember, I'm telling you what I remember, not how it was. Which children's memories are notoriously
reliable,
faded from memory. Right. I mean, Sixth Sense was also a terrible, horrible movie back when I was 7, and now I look at it and I'm like, okay, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But that's my memory.
So the funny part about that is, I didn't know that until we were older. But you were young. It was like younger than I wouldn't have been able to remember that time.
Right.
At that point, probably because you were probably younger than like 6 or 7.
Sure.
And I specifically remember one Christmas, and you had to have been lying about this because you already knew the truth. Okay? You already knew the truth at this point. And I know that now. But at the time, you convinced me that you saw Santa's
No, that was before because I did.
Was that before?
I still stand by that.
I thought you were lying just to make me feel better.
No, I stand by that I saw that.
I really was like, oh, you were just making that up to make me feel better. You had me, I believe Santa was real, based like solely on that for a very long time.
Because I saw what I saw, and I remember this I remember this as vividly as that conversation, so take that as you will. I remember as vividly.
And one of them wasn't real, okay.
Listen, I remember that conversation just as vividly as I remember what I'm about to tell you now. I woke up early hours of the morning. It was actually, the sun was up.
Grandma's house.
It was bright enough out that the sun was up, but it was still like crack of dawn. It was early. So I look out the window. There was like a gap this big from like the shade to the windowsill. And I swear to God, I saw what looked like the
little like railing.
What do you call it? The railing thing, whatever, the sleigh thing
Like skis.
I swear to God, it looked like ski whatever. Bottom of a sleigh pulling out of the driveway. I didn't see it like take off or anything, but I saw it clearly. Like I looked out, and at that moment, it was driving off. I swear to God, I saw that.
And my belief in Santa was fully based on that for a very long time.
And you were so convinced because I am still convinced to this day that I saw that. All right, Pesky, we're not going to talk about this.
Oh, no.
Hold on, let me read Pesky's story. So Pesky says she woke up in the middle of the night during Christmas to see Michael putting gifts under the tree. Then having a younger sibling that's 8 years apart and having to pretend, knowing damn well Santa's writing was mom's. That was the other thing, too, is our parents were very convincingly had different Santa writing. And it was also... listen. It was consistently different than...
But it looked just like the Easter bunnies.
No, the Easter bunnies was also distinctly different.
I didn't think so.
It definitely was. Because that was part of my argument as well when I was a child.
You were like convincing yourself, like, no, that's
well,
not
the sleigh happening. Like drew it all together, and then the writing thing. But they definitely told me after that incident. So okay. I don't think I was as young as mom thinks I was.
Mom says you just kept the belief for a while.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I just didn't want to believe it. But I just know that I saw.
Regardless, I truly thought you were just I was like, oh, maybe he just said that. I kept it going. They never really told me. I just kind of like slowly figured it out over the years. I remember mom wanted me so bad to keep believing because she was so traumatized by you finding out. Oh yeah,
Runner. That's what it's called.
Santa's writing was curly and the Easter bunny.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yep, that's what it was.
But I think she was so traumatized by you finding out so young and so not reacting well that she wanted me to keep believing as long as possible. I remember one time, you start over the years, like one time a price tag was left on it. And I was like, why is there a price tag on this? And mom was like, well, sometimes Santa has to stop at the store for a few more gifts. And I was like, that makes perfect sense. But every year then I would start being like, okay, mom. Because she'd be like, oh, I got that one for you, but the others are, then I'd be like, okay, which ones are from you and which are from Santa?
And I think these days, and I don't have any kids, I don't know anybody that has kids old enough to be able to tell these stories. Like, I haven't talked to them about this, I should say. But I think the common theme, or at least what I understand, is there's Santa gifts and then there's gifts from mom and dad. Like, that's a thing. And I think people have, as of late especially, been pushing for have some, like, moderate gifts from Santa and big gifts from the parents because... They run into, I've heard of issues where kids will go to school and be like, well, Santa got me an Xbox One or whatever.
Like, well, Santa didn't give me anything.
Santa didn't give me anything. Why was I bad or whatever? And so that's a problem. So I think they're pushing for parents to do like
at least take their own credit for the big gift.
Right, exactly. Right.
Yeah. But I would start asking that. I would start asking like, okay, which gifts are is this from you? Or is this from Santa? And I was just asking, but like I also kind of knew somewhere. Like I was like, oh, I don't think any of these are from Santa.
I do remember us having like, what do I call it? Doubts. I'll call it. Like you and I would like kind of have this like, wait a minute. Like I remember us sharing looks once or twice where mom would be like, oh, but that one was for me, and we're like, okay.
But she took me aside when you're at grandma's because I had asked too many times, is this one from you or Santa? And she was like, do you believe in Santa?
I remember that,
and I was
actually.
Like, yeah, I do. And she was like, okay, I'm just wondering. She literally was giving me a talk like, you know what? Like, my parents never said Santa wasn't real, so I just kept believing. And so I still... And I think she just wanted so bad. I remember this discussion so clearly. But do you also remember the year that we looked out Papa Jack's window into the back of the truck and saw like the sled and snowboard or whatever?
Yeah. Now that you
like
say
red
it,
and green or something.
Now that you say it brings that memory back. Yes.
And then we didn't tell mom and dad. And then on Christmas they were under the tree from Santa. And it was like,
I do remember that. Yes.
Oh no.
I had blacked that out. You reminded me of that.
That was bad. That was really bad. Yeah. I don't think we were supposed to look outside. I think they told us not to, and we looked anyway.
I think the thing that held me into it, the belief, now mom's saying that was probably before that incident, which kind of makes sense to me because I think what was holding on to me is if you watch all these like movies where people don't believe in Santa anymore, like Elf is a good example of that, where Santa can't fly because people don't believe in him.
Yeah.
And then so I had decided that the way Santa worked is he isn't real if you don't believe in him.
Oh, you don't get him,
but if you do believe in him, then you do. So the poor parents who don't believe in Santa had to buy all the gifts But
Yeah,
the
let's
but the
not be
families
lame.
but the families who did believe in Santa
With
got
the
all the
free
gifts from Santa.
gifts.
Right. And that's what held me out, and still kind of to this day, because there's really no way to prove otherwise. It's
Dude, like in New Girl when Winston, I don't know if you remember this on one of the Christmas episodes.
I've been rewatching
like,
New Girl, actually.
He was like, yeah, I mean, if Santa's not real, then blah, blah, blah. And they're like, Winston, do you believe in Santa? And he's like, no, I'm just saying, like, if he is real, then, and they're like, Winston, do you believe in Santa?
But I maintain that that would make sense, because all these people are like told he's not real, so then suddenly he's not real. So
okay, but your kid's gonna have a terrible first Christmas. At least you won't remember that one though.
well, I won't believe that's I mean, so I'm gonna ruin it, and then
But you believe.
I don't. Though.
I want you to test the theory. His first Christmas.
I have too much of the accounting brain these days, so I can't.
I also said his first Christmas.
It's not worth risking it.
Yeah, Mom literally was like pushing the thinking of like, I still believe, so should you.
I need for my own sense of mind to believe that it was my own idea and that Mom didn't push it.
Great.
I need that.
Which she also would like that too, because I think she's traumatized.
I need that for my sanity, that I just came up with that. So.
I think about how you saw Santa's sleigh all the time.
I forget about it, and then you reminded me of it, and it's still a vivid memory to me. I definitely, well, and here's the part I don't like to bring up.
Oh no.
Is that I'm blind as a bat, and I don't sleep in my glasses.
You can't see anything.
So I can't see anything. And it was a frosted window, and it was dim lighting.
But I believed you so hard.
So, yeah, there's a very real chance it was a mirage, but I saw something.
Funny.
I saw something move across the window.
I also realized there's some things that when you're a kid you think you're like really worried about and think will be a bigger deal when you grow up than they end up being. Like quicksand. Like I was convinced I was gonna run into quicksand. Like, right? And then
either you told me, somebody told me that.
Probably.
I feel like it was a comedian said that. Anyway, go ahead.
It's not clearly was not as big of a deal as I expected it to be. I feel like mirages are the same thing. Like as a kid, I'm gonna end up in the desert dehydrated and seeing a mirage.
That was a common trope in cartoons. We're walking through the desert. There's a mirage. Oh my gosh! Look, a Walmart, and then it's not there.
Yeah. I've never been to the desert. Never been dehydrated enough to see a mirage. I really thought it was gonna come up more.
I've been overhydrated enough to see things, but that's usually alcohol. So.
That's not hydration.
I don't think that's how that works. Yeah, I don't know if that's a mirage. I think that's blackout drunk.
You should be concerned.
Look, only one of us woke up on the front yard of a Waffle House. So.
Listen, I didn't wake up there. I wanted to go to sleep there, and they wouldn't let me.
I like the story better when you wake up there.
We were writing a song once, me and my two friends who were there that night.
Yep.
And it was like a song about drinking too much, and I really wanted to throw in a line, and so did Leah. That was the Waffle House parking lot is no place for a bed. And I was like, this is a great line. That's and great. Dakota was like, absolutely not. She didn't let us put it in the song. I was like, screw you. It's a funny line.
That is funny.
Guess she didn't find it as funny as us.
No.
Wow. Well, that was good.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of at the over the line here.
We are.
Anything else to add?
Anything else to add? No.
We were going to talk about resolutions, but...
That sounds depressing.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I'll bring them.
I don't know if I like that too much.
But I guess what I'll say is, podcast-wise, for the new year, we'll try to keep going.
That's our New Year's resolution.
I feel like the bi-weekly is working better than the weekly. We have yet to do 2 in a row weekly.
No, I think bi-weekly is perfect.
So I think we might stick to the bi-weekly schedule at this point, just because it seems easier. However, we might end up doing one next week because of New Year's. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Or at least some sort of live video on one of my mini socials, or her mini socials, or both, or whatever.
And then I'll be back in Nashville after that.
Yeah. I tell you what, guys, here's a homework for you. If you go to my socials and follow my TikTok, and the only reason I ask that is if I get to 1,000 followers, then I can go live on TikTok. I don't have enough followers. With TikTok Live, you have to have 1,000 followers. So, do me a favor, run out to TikTok, follow me on TikTok.
Also, hopefully we're going to make some TikToks this weekend.
Yes, there will be a lot more content there, hopefully.
Are you watching the game with me on Sunday?
Unfortunately, I am not, because that is New Year's Day when we're doing Christmas with the in-laws. So
I have to go now.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sorry. Sounds
no, go follow, because we'll make good... Oh, no. We should go before they get in here.
I've heard the voice of Cody. But yeah, so if you go to my socials, go and follow my TikTok, I'll try to go live there. Otherwise, we'll be posting some TikToks there. And also my Instagram is there. I do go live on Instagram more often usually during football games, but I'll probably do some other stuff there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then follow your socials.
Yeah, follow me. I'm Miss Katie Ray on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok too, but I have 2 different TikToks. Am I supposed to have 2? I don't know.
Yeah, you can create. I'm assuming you have it from the same account. But
yeah.
Like you can create.
I have a music page and complaining about law school page. Typically, is what it ends up being.
Humor. It's supposed to be.
It's
humor.
law school humor, and
Yeah.
I get more views on those than my music stuff.
There you go.
So.
There you go. If you go follow me, I'm sure my most recent videos are with her, and I tag her in those.
Probably.
So you can find her that way.
Yep.
But Miss Katie Ray on Instagram, you can find it all there.
Yep.
So.
I have a link tree.
There you go, Linktree.
I
There,
do.
what's your Linktree thing?
I don't remember. It's been a long time. I can look it up. Hold on. I got it.
Let's put that down.
Put them on the hold music.
I don't have hold.
Sing it. Sing the hold music. Oh, Katie Ray music.
Okay. Is it just one word?
Yep. Cody says, "What if I came in?"
All right, there. Go to that, and you can find all of Katie's socials. It works. Yay!
Excellent.
And her Spotify. Look at that.
I should get a new picture. That's not good. It's just my torso.
This is how it looks on PC. I'm sure
it looks way better on a phone.
I'm sure it looks better on a phone. But anyway.
Yeah. So my TikTok is not on there. Yeah, it is. It's on there.
Yep. Everything that you need from her is on here. The TikTok.
And you
Katie Ray
can stream
music.
shit talking.
Katie Ray music is on there.
And then if you
You
go to
have your
Sean's, you'll find
personal
my
one
other
down there,
one.
too?
No. My personal one is Hey KT Ray.
There you go. You should put your personal on here too. I suppose
Well,
this
it
is
was my music,
professional.
but my life
This
is
is
weird
supposed to be
now.
your professional
Yeah.
page, I suppose. So.
Yep.
They're just gonna sing it in the chat.
Ding dong ding ding a ding.
All right, should we try? How far,
Okay,
see how far we
let's
can get?
see.
I just don't want to get muted.
Okay.
dong.
That was Cody.
That was Cody.
A wild Cody appeared.
Well,
He hasn't been on the Twitch.
he did just drop in there and he said ding dong.
Yeah, look at that. He's got
Just
23
now.
followers.
He's famous.
He's been on since 2016. Look how much stuff you can see. He's followed me in
Wow,
April.
look at all the stuff we
Okay,
can.
sorry. Anyway.
Okay. He followed you in April?
Yeah.
Oh, I suck.
Yeah, you didn't follow me until our first podcast episode. Go back and check the first episode. The first thing you see is Katie Ray follows you. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
I thought I was following you.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I think I have to
Okay.
start it.
Okay.
Ding a ding a
Oh, there you
ding.
go.
Ding a ding a ding ding a ding a ding. Dong ding a ding a ding. Ding a ding a ding ding a ding a ding. Ding dong. Ding a ding a ding. Ding a ding a ding ding a ding a ding. Dong ding a ding a ding. Ding a ding a ding ding a ding a ding. Ding dong. Merrily on high hear the bells ring. Merrily the heavens sing. Merrily on high hear the bells ring. O'er the earth they ding dong ding. Ding a ding a ding. Ding a ding a ding ding a ding a ding. Dong ding a ding a ding. Ding a ding a ding ding a ding a ding. Ding dong. I don't remember the rest. Nice job.
That was not too shabby. I came in and I was like, I don't know if this is the right key, but we just got.
I don't actually. If I had
we
to
just
sit,
kind of found each other.
if I had to sit down and write it down, I'd never be able to do it. I have to just do it.
No,
and
yeah,
then-
we just gotta wing it.
Yeah. So that wasn't too bad. Hopefully,
You're welcome, Mom.
I'm not gonna listen to that part back ever. I just want to live with the memory I have of it in my
It was
head.
a good memory.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
That's a good way to end it.
Yep.
So
Happy New Year, guys.
have a happy New Year, and hopefully we'll see you on New Year's Eve on one of our many socials.
Very true.
All right. Podcast out.